Hey folks, Randy here with Doing Cut and Trim, and I today want to tell you about the 5 dumbest things I've done in my business. I've been in the lawn care business since 2015, and over that period of time, at this point it's been 7 years, I've done some incredibly dumb things. And so I want to tell you about them, and I wanted to tell you about 5, but the truth is I could only think of 4 that really passed the gosh, that was dumb test. So there's going to be 4 really dumb things I did, and then a bonus that I'm being kind of sarcastic about, but not really. So the dumbest thing I did in my business, they're not really any order, but we'll just say. So the 4th dumbest thing I ever did in my business is somebody sold me a hydro, a Bobcat 36-inch hydro, back in 2016. For $600. There was nothing wrong with it. It worked great. There was absolutely nothing wrong with it. And I was starting to incorporate it into my business. I was starting to use it more. And then a belt sprung a leak. And I panicked because I wasn't sure how to work on hydros. And so instead of fixing the belt, I sold that mower, that $600 Bobcat 36-inch hydro walk behind. I sold it to someone else and continued using my 2-decade-old Toro Pro line. That was a belt drive. The 3rd dumbest thing I've ever done in my business is my cousin, let me back up. In 2015, my truck got totaled. And I was given money to get it fixed or to get it replaced. And my cousin offered to sell me one of his work trucks for $4,000. It was a 2000 GMC 2500 4x4 long bed, 4-door. Had a lot of miles on it, but it also was practically brand new. It had so many brand new parts on it. And I drove it around. He let me use it for a couple of weeks so I could get a feel for it, and offered to sell it to me for $4,000. And I turned him down. Which brings me into the 3rd dumbest thing I've done in my business. Instead of buying that GMC 2500 truck, that big full-sized truck that was fun to drive, instead of buying that for $4,000, I bought a 1998 Dodge Dakota for $7,500. Every once in a while, my cousin lets me know that GMC is still running. It's still going. My Dakota is still going too, but it's more like it's limping. I refuse to get rid of that thing because I spent so much on it, and so it's gonna go. It's gonna keep going and keep going. And honestly, it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, I joke that it's one of the dumbest decisions I made buying the GMC. Not buying the GMC and buying the Dakota. Truth is, I use the Dakota during snowstorms and driving to properties to clear them off. So not a total loss, but boy, oh boy, that was a dumb decision. And probably the all-time biggest dumb decision that I've made in my business is several years ago. Well, a bunch of years ago. Brad Bear of Copper Creek Cuts told me, Randy, you need to start doing these overgrown property videos. And he would tell me what to call them. He would tell me how to title them. He would give me ideas. He'd be like, just do it this way. This is how you do it. He told me how to film them. He told me how to edit them. He even audited them. Oh, no, I'm not supposed to say it. Sorry, almost told you guys something that was probably not for public knowledge. Offered to help me in just about any way that he could. And I didn't want to, so I didn't. And now you can see people like Al Blades and Lawn Care Juggernaut and whoever else does that stuff. It could have been me. I think that my wife would tell you that's the dumbest thing I've done in my business. Oh, actually, I know what the dumbest thing I did in my business. Sorry, this is the new number one. The number one dumbest thing I ever did in my business is a local company that I was not affiliated with contacted me because it was a father-son duo. The son was going back to college, and the father couldn't do it by himself. And he asked me if I would take on a bunch of his properties for him. And I took on, I think it was 18, and it was an absolute nightmare. It was awful. I wish I hadn't done that. It ended pretty ugly. That's all I'll say about that. That one was a pretty dumb decision. But the bonus decision that is a decision that I still regret to this day. I'm not lying about that. I wish I had not done this. It haunts me from time to time. But I really wish I had not put my business on Yelp. Man, Yelp, oh, the folks on Yelp are something else, man. I don't know that I've gotten a single good customer off of Yelp. Most of the time, it's just, if I had to do it over again, I would not have put my business on Yelp. But those are the 5 dumbest things I've done in my business, with one bonus. Interested to hear if anybody's got any stories of like the dumbest things they've done in their businesses. I'd be really interested to hear your sob stories, and maybe it'll make me feel a little bit better about mine. Because I really do look back on some of these decisions and I'm just like, man, I can't believe you did that. It's Randy with Dolan Cut and Trim. Have a good one.